It's beer o'clock on Real Ale Craft Beer, and I've been trying a couple of the 8 Sail Brewery beers recently, and they've been really good. I've really enjoyed them. It's funny, we have our channel sponsor beersofeurope.co.uk. We'll talk about that more in a moment. But when you go on their website, because most of the breweries are named from, like, say, Brewdog or Brains or Shepherd Neame, or all of these breweries are Thornbridge, they all start off with a word. Well, this brewery starts off with a number, 8 Sail. And the advantage of that is that they're always, when you put in ale on the Beers of Europe website, all their beers come down first. Because it's a numerical number. It starts off with 8 Sail Brewery. Hopefully I've not just blown their cover now and everybody's going to start naming their breweries with numerical numbers to start with. This is their Mayflower IPA. It's coming in at 5% ABV. It's in a dark brown bottle. There's the black bottle cap. But their beers are good. They are good. They're very good. I do enjoy an 8 Sail Brewery beer. Let's get it out into a glass, see what we get. Ignore the condensation. Oh, nice bit of smoke on the bottle opening here. Ignore the condensation on the sides of the bottle. I always store my beer cold. Store it cold in the fridge. I get it out the fridge and I leave it for about half an hour. 20 minutes, half an hour. I raise that temperature of the beer up to about 8 to 9 degrees. Wow. Wow, look at the carbonation on that. Because by raising an IPA, a traditional, say, British IPA, up to about 8 to 9 degrees, you're able to explore and taste more of the malt, the hops, and yeah, I'd say the hops and the malt you taste more of if you drink your beer slightly warmer. This whole thing of drinking warm beer is, you know, that sort of image of an old man drinking a warm pint. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's often kind of misinformed, if you like. We don't drink warm beer. We drink cold beer. We don't drink it freezing cold. Because if you know, you know. If you want to experience flavour, drink your beer 8 to 9 degrees. 3-finger white head on this one. Good levels of carbonation. Nice hazy looking beer, this one. They haven't filtered it to death, have they? The beer is available from beersofeurope.co.uk. Beers of Europe, the largest online beer store in the UK with a fabulous range of beers from all over the world. If you like IPAs and pale ales and stouts and porters and great lagers from around the world, best place to find it is beersofeurope.co.uk. More on that later on. That carbonation, I'm kind of glad I knocked away some of that carbonation. It's sort of settled down nicely now. Great head retention on the beer. Great head retention. Nice head retention. Really good. Aroma. Now then. There's a lot of flavour there. A lot of flavour. Grapefruit, bit of orange peel. Bit of lemon zest. So without looking at the back of the bottle, my guess for the hops would be maybe some Citra, maybe some Cascade, maybe some of the C's, Chinook, Centennial. The fruit flies like the aroma. Fruit flies in October. They should be gone by now. But having wild weather in the UK, we just don't seem to have, well, not that I want it. It never seems to get cold anymore. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful. I tell you what that reminds me of straight away. That reminds me of Saltaire Brewery's Cascade Pale Ale that I first tried in 2011 and I loved it. Saltaire Brewery up in Yorkshire. That is so similar. That beautiful, it's still going. Still going. It's lovely bitter finish on the back end of the beer. Drinkability is incredible. What I love about, let's just call it for what it is. When these more traditional breweries offer up an American style IPA, this is like a West Coast Pale Ale for me. Good bitterness coming through. American West Coast Pale Ale. Sort of kind of like got Sierra Nevada vibes about it. But it's done in a very British way. It's still a traditional British ale. You get that kind of lovely, crisp, malty backbone to the beer. And then the hops fire at you. But there's something very British about this beer. Something very fantastically British about this beer. It's a cross between Great British Ale and the forward thinking back in the day. It's not so forward thinking anymore, it's been out for donkey's years, but forward thinking American craft beer, that sort of like beautiful, zesty, hoppy. It's a great beer. It's great. I love. We have a beer that, and I think it's Molson Coors that distribute it. It's called Alpaca, I think it is. Salt Brewing Company's Alpaca Pale Ale. And you see it everywhere. And you're very suspect. You're like, I'm a bit suspect with this one because it's everywhere. How can American Pale Ale be everywhere in every pub all of a sudden? I always, like, the alarm bells go off in my head. I'd much prefer to find a little bit more of a traditional pub and see this on the bar, this 8 sale Mayflower IPA, 5% ABV. See this? Oh, we'll talk, I got some of the hops right. We'll talk about that in a moment. My point is, I'd love to go to a traditional pub, maybe a thatched roof pub, really old brickwork to it. Lovely, you know when you sit in a lovely old pub and you just look around at its grandeur, the age, and you imagine what might have happened in the rooms of the pub over the years. A nice pint of this, whilst doing that, would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Look at the beer. Really, really good stuff. Really good. I mean, wow. Great head retention all the way. Hazy, it's ticking so many boxes. But the biggest box that this beer has ticked is the fact that it's still holding on to being the roots of the beer, the malts of the beer are still very much English. And that's coming from a Welshman. That's a splendid beer. Absolutely splendid. The hops, I got some of them right. Pilgrim, didn't get that one, but I did say the 3 C's, didn't I? Columbus, Cascade. It has Columbus and Cascade. It doesn't have Centennial. But I got 2 of the hops right, which that'll do me. 5% ABV, I really like this. I mean, if I could have like an unlimited supply of this beer forever, I think I'd be happy. I think I'd drink this more than Weiss beer, which is my current favourite style. Finishing up then, you can pick it up from beersofeurope.co.uk, but in my mind, this is how IPA should be done. All malt. A lot of the sneaky brewers, a lot of the sneaky regional brewers will add glucose syrup to their beers, which gives me a raging headache, and I can taste glucose syrup now a mile away. And if I taste glucose syrup in a beer, I'll do that. I'm not drinking it anymore, and I'll just put it down. Thankfully, this beer has been brewed to a traditional style of malt, hops, yeast and water. I can taste it. I don't even have to read the ingredients. I can taste it. I like this beer enough to give it a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Phenomenal beer, this one. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.